So today we will study about slope. Okay, check out the cartoon here. You have to rise before you run. That's what the coach said to the student. Huh? Rise up first, then run? Yes, that's connected to our lesson for today. The word rise and run. It's connected to the word for the day, slope. Now, you've seen slopes, right? If you play the skateboard, right? You use those ramps. Those ramps form a slope. The bunny slope is sliding from the top of the hill going down, right? Why is it called bunny slope? Because there's an inclined plane. And on stairs and ramps, okay, for delivery, sometimes they also have ramps, and these also involve slopes. So what can you say? Slopes are something that is inclined, yes, it has an angle, and guess what? There's also some math and algebra in it. Now check out this problem. On day two, a plant is 3 inches high. We will plot that point. On day 4, the plant is 9 inches high. Graph these 2 points, and then we will connect them, and we will examine the line. Okay, check this out. So day 2 is here, 3 inches high. They met here. Okay, we're good. On day 4, day 4 is here. It went up 9 inches over there. So the 2 points will meet over here. Next, I will have to connect these 2 lines. I'll have to connect these 2 lines. It will be difficult for me because I don't have a ruler. But anyway, it's going to be like that. Okay, examine the line that it makes. If the plant grows at a constant rate, how high will it be on 9 days? So I will have to follow this pattern, right? So how would I know 9 days over here? Where would it meet? There is no way can I know it because what? The graph is not enough. So what will I do? I can either make a bigger graph or look for a pattern here, look and observe what happens. How did the change occur, right? Check it out. How did the changes occur? How much going up and how much to the right, okay? And only then can I determine what the value, what the height is on the 9th day. Again, we will know that through slopes. Okay, slope has the symbol M. Why is it M? Why should it be S, right? I know the reason why. Because if you look at the letter M, those angles form are formed are like what? Edges of a mountain, right? So the edges have slopes. Okay, so another names are unit rate and the constant K. We've studied that before. It describes the steepness of the line, how steep it is, how not so steep it is. All right, and it is also the what? The ratio meaning it's like a fraction, a numerator over a denominator of the vertical change compared to the horizontal change. Okay, so let's write down the formula. The formula says slope is equal to the rise over the run. So what do we mean by that? The rise is the change in the y coordinates over the change in the x coordinates. So there's a formula for that. The slope will be the change in the y, the rise over the run. Change of y is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. These are the most popular formula that you will have to remember until you reach high school. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The direction of the slant of a line indicates a positive or a negative slope. Just by looking at the line, you would know if it's positive or negative. What do we mean by that? Look at these examples, okay? Always begin from left to right, okay? Look at how the lines develop from left to right, okay? It's increasing that way. That means as x increases, the y also increases, okay? Let's look at this, -2, and the value also increases. If I look at this point, okay, that point, it's somewhere in 1. It's near 1 also. I go up higher x, 3, I am now at 2. See? Remember that. Positive slope increases that way. Now the opposite, from left to right, look at the values here. As the x increases, the value of y decreases. And that is now called a negative slope. Negative slope. Okay. Now, finding the slope. Identify two distinct points. Look at this line. We will find two distinct points. Points which are exactly on the coordinate. I can use this. For example, I could use 0, comma 2. Okay, next, one more. I could look at another point. I could look at 4, comma negative 3. 4, comma negative 3. Next, I label them. I label them as point 1. Therefore, I call it x sub 1, y sub 1. Okay, now on the other side, this is point 2, x sub 2, y sub 2. All right. So you want to know the increase from the y and the x, the delta y and the delta x. Where do I get that? I look at the y's. How did the point increase from 2 to what? Negative 3. So what do? Y2, which is negative 3 minus a 2. Okay, next. You look at the other side now. This is now the one under. Okay, the one under. So we started a while ago with the second point. Therefore, the y would also begin from the second point, 4 minus 0. Okay, so how did the y increase? It increased by negative 5. Negative 5, right? Keep change opposite, negative 5. 4 minus 0 is 4. So it's a negative 5 over 4. This is the slope. What do we mean by that? Check this out. That means from here, it went down negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it went to the right positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the negative 5. That's what it means. And this is the 4. That's what it means. Okay? The change on the y is this line. The change on the x is this one. So remember how to solve for the slope of a line. Let's have one more. Now, we will select two distinct points once again. And what points can I get? I could use, this one's obvious. This one's obvious. Okay, and this is another obvious line. All right. Okay. Now, from here, you could see how did it increase? Let's use here to there, right? How did it increase? It is a regular pattern of slope. So we are definitely sure it is what? That it is positive or negative. It is positive. So let's look at negative 2, comma 3. This is that point. Okay, let's use another point. The blue one, let's use this one. Something which is farther apart. This one. It doesn't have to be near each other. We could use what? Negative 5, comma, and this point is at 1, 2, 3, negative 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and negative 3. Okay, now we have those 2 points. We want to see what changes occurred from here. What is the rise? How many points and how many run? Okay, just by inspection, just by looking, you could see how many rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and 1, 2, 3 there. 6 and 3. Let's see if it really works. Okay, let's try it. Let's use the formula. Okay, start with the y's here. So let's start with negative 3 minus 3. At the bottom, look at this. Okay, negative 5 minus negative 2. All right. The top will be negative 3 minus 3. Keep change opposite is a negative 6. All right. At the bottom, keep change opposite. Negative 5 plus 2 is a negative 3. What is the lowest terms of negative 3, 6 over 3? That's a negative 2 over 1. That's a negative. A negative divided by negative is a positive. So you could say 2 over 1 or simply 2. All right. So that's the slope. Are we right? Look at this. 6 going up, 3 going to the right. So 6 over 3 is definitely 2 over 1 or 2. All right. Did we get the same slope? Yes. Either by looking at it, by inspection, or by using the formula, you will get the same slope. Now, try the following. Try to identify the two distinct points. Then I will tell you if your slope is correct. Okay? So for the first one, your answer, try it on your own. Your answer, pause. Try it on your own. You could use what point? You could use this point. And what else? You could use another point. Where is another point? This one, right? Actually, you could do it by inspection. Let's do it by inspection. Rise of 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and a run of 1. Okay, rise of 3, a run of 1. So the answer is 3 over 1. See, I don't need to use the formula. Now, you know this will be a negative. So let's predict it. So find a distinct point, a point which is exactly, this looks like 1. How about this one, this one, this one? Maybe just this one. It's kind of far away from each other, right? Or maybe this one and that one. Okay, so how many? 1, 2, 3 going down. So that's a negative 3 because it's going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our slope here is negative 3 over 5. And we're right. It's a negative slope. See, we did this not with a formula, but with an inspection. But if you use your formula, you'll also get the same answer. Now, try to solve the following, and then I'll give you the correct answer. Do it on your own. Pause. Yes, you're going to use the formula. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, so let's use this and that. 6 minus 5 over, at the bottom, we're going to use what? 8 minus the 4. 8 minus 4. Okay? So the top will be 6 minus 5 is a 1. 8 minus 4 is a 4. So the slope is 1 over 4. A rise of 1 and a run of 4. Okay, it's just like that. Let's try now. Again, the y2 minus y1. Solve that on top. Negative 6 minus negative 5 over, do the one below, negative 8 minus negative 4, negative 8 minus negative 4. Do your keep change opposite, that becomes negative 6 plus 5. Do your keep change opposite, negative 8 plus 4. And our answer on top will be what? Negative 1 over negative 4, or simply 1/4. Okay, so what can you say? That the two slopes are equal to each other. What do you mean by that? They are all points in the same line. Now do this on your own. Pause. Okay, now the correct answers will be 11 over 12. Okay, if you got a negative 11 over negative 12, that's also correct. Okay, now for the second one, it is also 11 over 12. Did you get it right? Try to solve it and be sure it's correct. Next, again, try this on your own. Pause, then I'll give you the correct answers. These are the correct answers. Negative 1/4. Remember that negative could be on top or below or in between. The next one is 5 over negative 4. Again, that negative could be on top, middle, or below. And the last one is negative 5 over 4. All right? Wherever you put that negative, it doesn't matter. It is a negative slope. The line would look somewhat like this, going that way. All right? Next, what is the slope of a horizontal line? That's weird, right? Okay, let's look at the horizontal line. This is your horizontal line. Pick one point. It's easy to pick a point. That could be what? This is 4, negative 3. 4, negative 3. Let's pick another point. Something on the other side. Negative what? negative 3, comma, negative 3. Okay, so what's next? So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's use the negative 3 minus the negative 3. Check this out. Negative 3 minus negative 3. And then at the bottom, it's going to be 4 minus negative 3. 4 minus negative 3. Okay, let's solve the top. That's going to be keep change opposite. Negative 3 plus 3 is cancels out as 0. 0 over negative 4 plus positive 3, 4 over 7. All right? No rise. Okay, so no rise. It didn't go up. It didn't go down. But a run of 7. So we're right. So what do we mean by the slope of 0 divided by any number is always what? 0. Okay. The slope is 0. For any horizontal line, wherever it could be way up here, all right? It could be exactly on the x-axis or below the x-axis. The slope is always 0. Remember that, 0 slope. How about a vertical line? A vertical line. Let's look at this vertical line. Yeah, look at that. So let's use a point here. You could use any point. It could be near each other or far from each other. Look, we could use this. Let's use negative 4, comma 4. Let's use a point over here. Let's use this. That is negative 4, comma negative 2. Again, let's use our formula y2 minus y1. Okay, you could start from anywhere you want. So 4 minus negative 2. That's y2 minus y1. And then at the bottom, we're using, what's this? Negative 4 minus, that's a negative 4. Okay, do your keep change opposite. That becomes 4 plus 2 with plus 2. Let's just write the partial work. Negative 4 plus 4. All right. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 and negative 4 plus positive 4 is a 0. Whoa. The bottom is a 0. And guess what? Any number divided by 0 is called undefined. Defined. It can never be defined. It doesn't exist in math. So any vertical line, whether it's here on this side or exactly on the y-axis, all right, or on the left side, any vertical line is always undefined. Remember that, undefined, meaning it does not exist. It cannot be explained. All right, so quick check number 3. Let's do quick check number 3. Let's look at 3 comma 1. 3 comma 1 is over here. There's another point. 3 negative 2. Negative 2 is over there. I connect the line. Do I need to solve? Do I need to select 2 points? No need, because it's a vertical line. Any vertical line, the slope is not 0 but undefined. Okay, easy? Undefined. In this example, the data is in a table form, all right? So fuel usage, then find the rate of change without graphing. You're not going to plot the points. So remember, the fuel, whatever amount of fuel you have, it starts with the fuel, and the result will be the number of miles. Now, look for a pattern here so that you don't need to subtract. It goes up by 2. See, you're subtracting already. 8 minus 6, there's always a plus 2. There's always a plus 2. That's the y2 minus y1. Okay, now, how about the x? The change of x. What happens? It goes up by 40, right? 160 minus 120 is 40. 200 minus 160 is 40. It goes up by 40. And how will I write the ratio? Is it 2 over 40 or 40 over 2? Think. They're different. Okay, the correct answer is 40 over 2. Why? Because our formula says the slope should be the change in the y, the change in the y over the change in the x. The y should be on top. So this is the correct one. But there's a simplified version of that. What can you say? Divide by 2, divide by 2, 20 over 1. What is the meaning of 20 over 1? Okay, the fuel usage is what? 20 miles for each gallon of fuel. All right, that's the meaning of those numbers. Again, now find the data in the table and connect the points with a line. Okay, let's just plot the points and connect it. Negative 1, 2 is over here. 0, 0 is over there. 1, negative 2 is over here. 2, negative 4 is over there. All right? So you could use a formula or you could use inspection. What have you observed? Okay, is it positive or negative? Positive or negative? It goes that way. Okay, so what is it? It is a negative. Yes, so we are expecting a negative. So let's look at the rise over the run. So you could write the formula rise over the run. How many units is the rise? Okay, let me use the purple. Rise of 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's always 2. But is it positive or negative? If it's going down, it is negative. All right, how about the run? The run, let's use the green, run of 1, run of 1, run of 1, run of 1. This is the 1, okay, and this is the 2. It's always consistent, right? Rise of negative 2 over 1, simplify that is, that's already simplified, so that's your slope. Negative, and we're right. Now, let's summarize with this. Now, this is the slope person. The slope person will help you remember the facts that we've learned today. Look at the slanted eye this way. Left to right is going up. We know it's a positive slope. Okay. If the slanted eye is going that way, that's a negative slope. Positive and negative. Now, every time you see a vertical line, think of the nose. The nose will have the U. The U means what? U means undefined. All right. Now, if you look at the mouth is a horizontal line. At the end of the horizontal line are like the two circles like 0. Think of it as the dimples. Right? The dimples means what? This is a horizontal, and the slope is always what? The dimple says it is 0. Okay? So remember how to draw Mr. Slope Person and you will know what the slopes are. Okay? Good luck in your practice. Thank you.